With the Indiana Pacers making a huge move for Pascal Siakam, I think NBA trade season is officially here. So in honor of that, we're going to be making a move with every single team in today's video. We're going to start it off by trading away Tobias Harris for Philly. It seems like this man is in trade rumors every single year, so we're finally going to trade him. Jeremy Grant and Matisse Thybulle are on their way to Philadelphia. Also, the Sixers are trading Kenyon Martin and a first round pick. Next up, we got the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, this team is really good. Did y'all see that Dame game winner? I know, it was cold. I mean, they're sitting at 28-12. They don't need a huge move that's going to shake up the roster. This move isn't much, but I think Royce O'Neal could be a good fit for the Milwaukee Bucks, so we're going to make this one. I'm going to slide him over to the 3 where he goes up to a 75. Now, Chicago, they've got Debo and Levine, and I think they most urgently need to move on from Zach. Now, I don't think there are really a lot of teams out there that are fiending to get Zach LaVine, so I'm going to make a weird move, but I think it could work out for Detroit in the long run. They need more scoring on their team. Like I said, it's a little weird, but we're gonna send Zachary over to Detroit. I'm gonna have them throw a couple veteran pieces and some second round picks because I've been seeing the reports, man. It seems like LaVine does not have much value around the league. So welcome to Detroit, Zach. Next up, we got Cleveland. I know they're searching for that guy at the small forward who they can really trust. We're gonna package together Isaac Okoro, Max Strus, a first, and a couple seconds to bring Kyle Kuzma to Cleveland. That's the wing they need, man. Slide him over to the 3. He's an 84 overall. Beautiful move. The Celtics don't need much, but I think this could be a cool move to get him some more bench scoring. Delano Banton, couple seconds for Lonnie Walker. The Clippers are a really good team, but maybe if they got another big, they could be even better. So we're going to trade for Clint Capella. It seems like the Hawks are looking to rebuild anyway, so it would make sense if they could get some assets. We'll throw him a quick first for Clint Capella, and we're going to get this deal done. Next up, we got the Grizz. Their season is pretty much cooked because they just lost John Morant, so I'm not really sure what to do for them. Since the Grizzlies aren't competing, I don't think it hurts them to take on Evan Fournier's contract. They're going to give up Luke Kennard and get some seconds in exchange. Atlanta, now this is where things get crazy. I know exactly what I want to do. DeJounte to LA. That's what I want to do. I think the package is going to be D'Lo and then Jalen Hood-Schifino, a nice young piece for the Atlanta Hawks. And then you also throw in a couple first rounders to help get the deal done. I mean, essentially with this move, you're getting a player who is just a first round pick in Hood-Schifino and 2 firsts. So welcome to Los Angeles, DeJounte Murray. Now we got the Miami Heat. The Heat have been really good this season, but there's one player who in my mind just screams Heat culture, who I think would be so cool on this team. And y'all should have known who it was. The Brody. He's not getting enough minutes in Los Angeles. The Heat, they've got old Bubble Butt running point guard. Who knows when he's going to get hurt. He's super old. So we're going to bring the Brody to Miami. The Charlotte Hornets are absolutely trash, man. I think moving off Terry Rozier could be a way for them to get some more trade assets, though. So that's what we're going to look to do. The Magic have been good this season, and there have been rumors of them looking to move off of Markelle Fultz, so they're going to do exactly that in this move and get a new guard in Scary Terry. Utah's been pretty good as of late, and why not get younger at the power forward, bringing Obi Toppin into the team, and then the Pacers will get a stretch 4 in Kelly Olynyk. Sacktown. Oh, they've been getting robbed recently by the refs in some of these games, and I think they could use somebody who could defend. I saw a report saying they were looking for a good defender. And when I think defense, one of the first players who comes to mind is Dylan the Villain. Couple second round picks, Kevin Huerter, bring Dylan to the Beam team. Now for New York, I thought it'd be really cool if they brought a star to the team, but I was looking around the league and I just didn't see any way they could realistically make that happen. But they do need some more help at the guard spot, and I think that a guy like Malcolm Brogdon could be a perfect fit. I said that whole thing about bringing in Luke Kennard for shooting, but sorry, he's got to go. We're bringing in Malcolm Brogdon. The Los Angeles Lakers. We already made the move for Murray, but I think there's definitely another move to be made. This man, Gabe Vincent, has not been playing basketball for the Lakers. He has stayed hurt. And Dennis the Menace, he's a guy who was really good for LA last year. We're bringing him back. Orlando currently sits at 22-18. I think that they should definitely be buyers at the trade deadline, looking to add more talent to the squad. I know the Nets are always saying they're not going to trade this man, but what a cool fit Mikal Bridges would be in Orlando. We'll throw a lot of picks over to the Brooklyn Nets, 3 first rounders, and maybe we'll even throw a couple seconds on top. Welcome to Orlando, Mikal Bridges. Next up, we got Dallas. I saw a report saying they were interested in trading for Andrew Wiggins, but don't worry, Mavs fans, I'm not doing that to y'all. It's not a huge move, but the Mavs could use a bit more size. Dwight Powell, quite frankly, just isn't that good. So we're gonna go get Andre Drummond. He can scoop up rebounds for him. For Brooklyn, we just did the Mikal Bridges move, and I think we also traded Royce O'Neal earlier, but I think trading Dorian Finney-Smith to a contender for maybe like a first round pick could be a good move for them. You know what, Dorian Finney-Smith, you're going back home to Dallas, man. He used to play there. We're going to send him back to the Mavs. Mavs going to give up a first to bring him back to the team. The Nuggets are incredible right now. They're just a great basketball team. I know I was just kind of ragging on Dwight Powell, but I think he'd be better than DeAndre Jordan for Denver, so that's going to be the move for them. Nothing crazy. The Nuggets are just so good. They don't really need anything. The Pacers, of course, just made a huge move to go get Pascal Siakam, but with the risk of Buddy Hield leaving the team in free agency, I think they should go after somebody else at the 2. Bogdanovich is on a 3-year contract. They both make similar money. Maybe they flip Buddy to Atlanta with a couple seconds and get that move done. New Orleans has been pretty good as of late, and maybe you could go get another piece for Larry Nance and a first or something. Let's bring Josh Hart back to New Orleans. The Pistons are trash. They need to move off of Bogdanovich. This man is too old to be on such a terrible team. So I'm gonna have OKC use one of their picks to go get Bogdanovich. The Raptors got Bruce Brown in that move for Pascal, and I think they should look to flip him to a contender. And let's be honest, the Warriors could use all the help they can get. So we're gonna have Andrew Wiggins go to Canada for Bruce Brown, and the Warriors are going to throw a first as well. The Rockets are just kind of mid right now, which is fine. They're a young team looking to improve, but I want to send Uncle Jeff somewhere where he can compete. Uncle Jeff to Philly, man. Let's do it. Now for the Spurs, I got something crazy in mind. I saw a rumor saying the Spurs could potentially trade for Trae Young, so we're going to do exactly that right here. We're sending Trae Young to San Antonio, and to do this, I'm going to have the Spurs trade their pick in this year's draft. That's right, it's going to be a crazy pick, but they'll get the perfect pick and roll partner for Trae. I meant to say they'll get the perfect pick and roll partner for Wemby. The Suns could use some more depth on their squad, so let's try to get him a piece or two. Sorry, Suns fans, the best player I could find you is Monte Morris, but he's like a cool little backup PG. For OKC, we already made that move to go get Bogdanovich, but this team has so many trade assets, they could probably do something else as well. Davis Bertans has kind of just been sitting here taking up space on the bench, so we're going to trade him for Tari Eason and Kevin Huerter. The Timberwolves have been incredible, so let's try to do something to make them even better. I know I was kind of dunking on Max Strus earlier for being trash, but we're going to bring him to the T-Wolves. I don't really see why the Blazers should have Tobias Harris on the team, so we're going to look to flip him. I think the Mavs might be the perfect Tobias Harris team, so we're going to make it happen. Now we're on to Golden State. This team has been terrible throughout the season, and I don't know if there's a move to save them, to be honest with you. This isn't really realistic, but the Warriors have always needed an elite big man, and Nicholas Claxton would be exactly that. So we're going to do Jonathan Kuminga and 2 first-round picks, and we're going to bring Clax to the Bay. Our final team is the Washington Wizards. This team is so terrible. Daniel Gafford could be a different look at center for the Knicks, so we're going to add him to New York, and that is it. We have made a ton of trades in this video. Now it's time to simulate the season and see who wins the chip. Season is wrapped. Luka Doncic, of course, won MVP. Wemby, Rookie of the Year. Malcolm Brogdon, 6th Man of the Year for the New York Knicks. Wemby won DPOY. Kobe White, Most Improved. Curry, Clutch Player of the Year. Tyronn Lue won Coach of the Year. Checking out the All-NBA squads, you had Trae Young, who's in a new place in San Antonio, making the All-NBA second team. Wemby also made All-NBA, probably because he was getting all those dimes from Trae Young. Checking out how things shook out in the standings, Boston was number 1 in the East after the big addition of Lonnie Walker. The Bucks came in 2nd place after they made a huge addition of Royce O'Neal. The Miami Heat with the Brody came in 3rd, and the Knicks were 4th in the East after adding Brogdon. Out west, it was the Clippers coming in number 1. They added Clint Capella. The Thunder with Bogdanovich were 2nd. The Mavs, who I made a couple moves for, adding Tobias Harris, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Andre Drummond, were the 3rd seed, and Denver came in 4th after the big addition of Dwight Powell. So let's get into these playoffs. We're going to simulate, and if we get any Game 7s, I'll be sure to tune in. I'm not going to lie, I just missed a couple Game 7s. New York and Philadelphia had an absolute blowout. The Knicks won by 23 points to advance to round 2, and then we also had one between the Mavs and the Pels. Kyrie dropped 51 to drop off the Pelicans. Oh my goodness. But I did stop it just in time to get the Timberwolves versus Nuggets Game 7. Crazy to see the defending champs in a Game 7 in the first round. But the champions weren't going to go out like that. They absolutely cooked the T-Wolves by 40. Jamal Murray, 42 points. The Joker had a triple-double. And now our round 2 matchups are set. The 8-seeded Lakers just upset the 1-seeded Clippers in a battle of LA to advance to round 2 to face a team who they have history with, the Denver Nuggets. And speaking of history, the Mavs are going to be taking on Phoenix. Oh man, Luka versus D-Book. And KD versus Kyrie. That's going to be a fire one. We've got the Magic taking on the New York Knicks. The Magic made a big addition of Terry Rozier. Wait, didn't I also give them Mikal Bridges? Why is bro not starting? Bro, 2K's got to be stupid. Why do they have Mikal Bridges coming off the bench for Terry Rozier? Oh, because Terry's averaging 20. Never mind, Terry. My bad. I guess Mikal can take a seat. He's selling. And then we've got Milwaukee taking on Miami. I feel like these teams have faced off about 100,000 times. And fittingly, in round number 2, the Mavs and Suns are going 7. Bro, I'm telling y'all, it's personal when it comes to Luka and the Suns. Doncic gave him 60. Kyrie with 42. They combined for 102 points. The 3rd leading scorer only had 9. Y'all got cooked. And now the conference finals are set. We've got the Mavs taking on the Lakers. Kyrie versus Bron. Luka versus Bron. It's going to be crazy. And then we've got Miami taking on the New York Knicks. After 4 games, the Lakers and Mavs are tied up at 2 apiece, so we're going to get in the Simcast. And Luka just cooked the Lakers by like 100. Kyrie had 44, Luka 29-11, Tobias Harris 25, and nobody showed up for the Lakers. Now, LA is on the verge of elimination, and so is Miami. So we're going to get in the Simcast out east. Check out this Game 6 between the Heat and the Knicks. And in Game 6, Miami's going to keep their season alive. Tyler Hero, 34 points, and they're going to be headed to 7. But we got to see if the Lakers can do the same and keep their season alive against Dallas. Oh, here we go. We're about to have 2 Game 7s on the way. Anthony Davis, 28 and 10 to help the Lakers. Kyrie and Luka wanted to get him out of here, but they didn't get enough help from their supporting cast. And now we've got 2 Game 7s. We're going to check out this one between the Heat and Knicks first, and then we'll slide over to the West and check out the Mavs and Lakers one. And it looks like this matchup between Miami and New York is coming down to the wire. The Heat are down by 3, but they have the ball. About a minute to go in the game. Jimmy Butler going to put up a floater and miss. The Knicks grab the rebound. It's going to go to Jalen Brunson. Brunson up to Julius Randle. Randle going to give it right back to JB. Brunson going to swing it out to Precious Achiuwa. The Knicks playing big ball, having a lot of big men in the lineup with Achiuwa, Mitchell Robinson, and Randle. Achiuwa's dribbling around. He finds Brogdon for a 3, and Brogdon misses it, giving the Miami Heat a chance to tie the game here if they hit a 3-pointer. Kyle Lowry finds Jimmy Butler. JB in the mid-range, and he knocks it down. That was a weird shot animation. I thought that was about to roll out, but Jimmy Butler hits it. Just like that, the Heat are within 1, meaning that they are going to have to play the foul game and send New York to the line. First shot for Brunson is cash. Second one for Brunson is also good. So the Heat are going to be looking for a 3 to tie this game up. Caleb Martin gives it into Jimmy Butler. Let's see if Butler has a signature clutch play in him. He's going to the basket on OG Anunoby. Gives it over to Martin. Martin gonna give it back to Butler. Butler down to Adebayo. Adebayo out to Martin for three. And Caleb Martin with a huge three to tie this game up. 8 seconds to go. New York has no timeouts left. They're gonna have to go for the win right here. Brunson, with time winding down, takes the midi and misses. We're headed to overtime. I feel like the Knicks could have got a better shot. They had 8 seconds to get off a decent little look, but they didn't really execute in the clutch there. So we're going to overtime. This game has remained close in OT, about 50 seconds to go. Ball's going to go down to Mitchell Robinson with the Knicks up by 1. Robinson over to DiVincenzo. It's poked away by Martin, but he can't get a grasp of it, so the ball's going back to the Knicks. That's still some good defense from Caleb Martin right there. Mitchell Robinson inbounds it into Jalen Brunson. Brunson is defended by the Brody. Russell Westbrook, you're going to need to get a stop here if you want to keep your season alive. Russ gets blown by Jalen Brunson, and the layup is good. 38 seconds to go. Heat down by 3. Martin going to give it into Tyler Hero. Does Hero have a big 3 here to tie up this game? We're about to find out. He gets the screen from Bam. Bam to the basket. Nice little pick and roll to get a quick 2 for Miami. But now the Heat are once again going to be playing the foul game. Jalen Brunson's at the line. First shot is off. I did not expect that at all. Second one for Brunson is good. 26 seconds to go. Heat only down by 2 after that missed foul shot. Caleb Martin gonna give it into Jimmy Butler. Butler defended by Anunoby, who's one of the best defenders in the entire league. Jimmy's gonna slow things down, waiting for the screen from Bam. There it is. Butler going to work here. Dumps it down to Adebayo, who gets another open look around the rim off the pick and roll. Now the Knicks are gonna be able to hold for the last shot. 12.2 seconds to go. In regulation, the Knicks couldn't hit a game winner. Let's see if they can do it in overtime. Brunson gets the screen from Mitchell Robinson. He's gonna have to take a shot soon. Brunson well defended by Westbrook, and he misses. We're going to double OT. Miami Heat are holding on to their season by a thread. They're down by 5 points here, about 27 seconds to go. They need a 3-pointer. Martin is inbounding. He's gonna give it into Hero. Does Tyler have the ice in his veins? Oh, he's gonna give it right to Jimmy. Can JB hit a 3? He gives it to the Brody, wide open, and Russ misses. That is going to do it. The New York Knicks win this one in a hard-fought double OT game. And guess what? We got another Game 7 on the way. LA versus Dallas. And the Mavs are going to win in Game 7. Kyrie had 47 to lead the way. And in the finals, it is New York versus Dallas. Game 1 of the series goes to the Mavs. Mavs are up 2-0. Mavs are up 3-0. Knicks are finally going to take a game. They take 2 games. Hold on. Maybe they could make the 3-0 comeback. Let's see if the Knicks can force 7. The Knicks couldn't pull it off. Luka Doncic was just too good. 42, 11, and 12. He wins the championship and the finals MVP. That's it for the video. Have a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe.